is not the Kevin Durant when he was 28, 29, or even 30. This is Kevin Durant who's 36 years old this year. He's an old man, okay? He's a good player. He still can shoot the three. He's still one of the more efficient guys that you would expect that gets the ball and shoots the ball. The problem with Kevin Durant is he gets hurt too much. The problem right now with the Rockets, they gave away depth. Dylan Brooks is a good defender. Dylan Brooks is a good enforcer. You losing Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green and the 10th overall pick, you're not looking towards this year's draft saying, oh, well, the Rockets still can add a piece with Kevin Durant and the players that they have where they could get over the hump. Here's the problem right now with the Western Conference. As much as they're 18-1 betting favorites, that doesn't mean crap. And by the way, everybody that says, hey, you know what? There's something about Vegas that they know something that we don't. Here's what Vegas is trying to try to persuade you. That look, the LJA doesn't know what the organization and the product is going to do in the offseason to help LeBron James. Because we all know LeBron James is going to get something out of this, as we've seen Cooper Flagg go to the Mavericks when they're a 1.8% percentage chance to get the number one pick. Just think about it. 1.8%. That's 98%. There was a 98% chance they couldn't get Cooper Flagg, and they got the number one pick. Why? Because the LJA and LeBron James got what he wanted. Luka friggin' Doncic. That's what happened, ladies and gentlemen. But nevertheless, you go back and you look at this situation, and I like I said, I'm going to go back to Kevin Durant. I like him. A lot of Knicks fans would have rathered him going to the Knicks. What were the Knicks willing to give up to get Kevin Durant? OG Anunoby, I've heard. Mikal Bridges, I heard, that could be involved. Miles McBride was another name that could have been involved with that trade. Mitchell Robinson, who the Knicks fans just absolutely adore. Do you want to give up 2 pieces or 3 pieces to the puzzle to get a Kevin Durant, who, by the way, didn't want to come to the Knicks when he had a chance to come to the Knicks, when he decided to go to the Nets to play with Kyrie Irving and then drew out James Harden? What a debacle that was. The fact is, Kevin Durant isn't the same Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant couldn't do it himself. Kevin Durant is now going to a Rockets team that has who? Who's the other guy on this roster? Sweetie, please, tell me, who is the other guy on this roster that scares you when it comes to making a run for an NBA title? Please, tell me.
The next best player you're looking at, scoring-wise, is probably Van Vliet. Overall, it's probably Sengun.
Van Vliet.
Yeah.
Sengun's the next best player.
Sengun is the best all-around player.
Sengun.
For
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you a big man? You're going to tell me this guy is a game-changing.
They got a big man, and they got a guard in Van Vliet who's been there for a title.
Stop.
He won a title in Toronto. Wasn't the guy there, but, you know.
They've been trying to trade Van Vliet for the last 2 years at the trade deadline. They don't even want him there. This is a crock. And I don't want to sit here and to say that Kevin Durant didn't want that to happen with the Suns when they added the pieces that they had with Bradley Beal over there and Booker. They had a better trio over there than he does over here with the Rockets. I understand Ime Udoka is a good coach. Great. He also likes to get into other people's pants. You know, he's married, and he likes to jump ship every single time. Hey, does he have hoes in different area codes? Maybe we should ask his wife. Nevertheless, I could care less. The fact right now is Kevin Durant is heading to the Houston Rockets. I know, Jamie Lee, you don't like it, or maybe you do. I know you're a Rockets fan. The fact is, Rocket fans cannot be happy. Do we remember the last OKC Thunder players that have gone to the Rockets? Let's go back. Russell Westbrook was over there with James Harden. How did that work out? Please tell me. They were both there. Both of them. Both of them were there, playing with each other. How did that debacle work out for them? It didn't. James Harden, a ball hog. Russell Westbrook, a ball hog. You also had Chris Paul there. How did that work out? They had better teams and better players there. Adding Kevin Durant there, what does that do for the organization? It doesn't do nothing. And I don't know why anybody, including Vegas, thinks they're the 18-1 favorites out of the Western Conference. How about Denver? You're going to tell me Denver's not going to get pieces in the offseason and maybe trade away pieces? I've heard that Jamal Murray could be traded in the offseason. Teams interested in bringing in a point guard to help them out. You put another piece with a guy like Jokic? Are you kidding me? You're going to give them the 18-1 favorites, the second best team to come out of the West? What are you, on drugs? LJA, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm saying. Vegas and the LJA. Who's sleeping with who? Is Adam Silver sleeping with somebody over there in Vegas? Or his ears flying away like Dumbo? He looked terrible, by the way. He went up there carrying that friggin' trophy. His ears, one of his ears were bigger than the friggin' trophy. I mean, honestly, his nose really stuck out, too. He looks like Poke Pinocchio. I am so tired of Adam Silver and the NBA and these executives thinking that this is a great sport and this is a great product that they have. Now, I'll go back to what I said. I know everybody's going to look at me and say, wait a second. Errol, you just said the product has been the best, the closest that it's ever been. Here's the problem.
Doesn't he look like Dracula?
Oh, man, he looks so bad. Dude, he is one of the goofiest-looking guys I've ever seen. All right? He is goofy. But nevertheless, he is goofy. He almost took over for Disney as the CEO of Disney. He's perfect. So that's how he left.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, well,
that was pretty good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyways, getting back to the NBA and the way the NBA works. I love those bad guy teams, the Lakers of the 80s, the Celtics of the 80s, the 90s, or even the late 80s, the Detroit Pistons, or the Chicago Bulls, or the Rockets were a very likable team, so I can't say they were the mean people. Even San Antonio, they were a team that you cheered on because everybody liked Greg Popovich, and Tim Duncan was a quiet guy that went out there and played the game. But you like those bad guys. The Lakers of the early 2000s with Kobe Bryant, the assassin that he was, the Mamba, before he became the Mamba. And Shaquille O'Neal doesn't shut his mouth. I'm a diesel. I'm going to take the hoop and shove it up your ass. Those kind of guys. There was always those teams that you love to hate. LeBron James with the Miami Heat. Remember that? With Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. You love to hate those teams. Even the LeBron James of Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. You hated those teams. The NBA don't have that anymore. Who do you hate? You have Indiana and Halliburton choking when he's playing in Madison Square Garden. Am I really that scared of Tyrese Halliburton and the crap that they have over there? OKC is a good young team. Do you think OKC is going to win the championship next year? Right now, when you look at the numbers and the statistics, you probably say no. They don't have that assassin over there. Shea is a great player. Is he really that much of an assassin over there for the Thunder? For that, you could say, oh man, they're going to absolutely win another title. There's a lot of questions there. So, I know Fish is sitting here laughing and happy that the Knicks have the best chance to win the East and maybe go to the NBA Finals. I don't trust the Knicks, and I don't trust the NBA because there's no team out there that scares me and says, hey, you know what? I don't want to play that team next year. I don't want to play because they have that assassin. They have Shea Alexander that really scares me. He's a great offensive player, but he doesn't scare me. That's why Halliburton, I thought, was the assassin of this series. Even though Shea was the better player, when Halliburton took over certain games, I think some people remember what Halliburton was doing in this series when he took over some of those games than Shea Alexander when he was averaging 28, 29 points in this series. So that's the only problem right now in the NBA. There's no assassin team that everybody wants to beat. Nobody. Golden State. I hated Golden State. Everybody hated Golden State when they would have Kevin Durant and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. There's nothing out there right now in the NBA that the NBA provides where it says, hey, I want to play that team. And that's the problem right now with the LJA, LeBron James Association. LeBron James has taken this product and shoved it up his ass.
Kevin Durant's going to wake up the Rockets when he moves on over to them.
Could you imagine that?
Do we really think that this is going to lead to anything other than like a low playoff seed and a first-round exit?
I don't think they're going to be a low playoff seed. I think they're going to be fifth.
The West is stacked.
Yeah, a fifth.
Like, as bad as the East is as good as the West is next year.
I think they're
they're
a fifth
good.
or sixth seed. That's where I think the Rockets are. Now, if Kevin Durant stays healthy and he plays 68 games, I think the Rockets are a fourth seed. That's where I think they are. But I don't expect Kevin Durant to play 68 games. I'll be very surprised if Kevin Durant plays 48, 50 games. And what that tells me is when you're looking at the talent that they have around him, unless they're planning to add another piece this offseason, I just don't see it. I don't know where Vegas believes that they're an 18-1 favorite to come out of the West. It just doesn't make any sense. So I agree with you. They're stacked. The Western Conference is stacked, and we're going to have Mr. Roy coming on, and and he's going to. I'm sure he's going to have his take to it because Tim has been on a show before. And over the years, he said what he thought the Golden State Warriors are going to be. He mentioned that Meyer, I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago, Speedy, if I'm not mistaken. He said that Meyer was thinking about stepping down.
Yeah, he did.
And
first time we had him on was in 2020. Yeah,
and he said that once that happens, Golden State's going to start to get rid of pieces and start to rebuild. And they haven't. I'm not going to say they have one because they haven't, but they've come close. But they haven't gotten over the hump since Meyer left when they beat the Boston Celtics in the finals that year. And it's now your transition. You're bringing Jimmy buckets. You still have Steph there. I think if I was the Golden State Warriors, and that's something I want to talk about with Roy, do you trade Steph Curry? Do you try to get as much as you can for Steph Curry to rebuild? I think they should.
They can't do it. It'd be like trading Derek Jeter. You can't do that.
Well, wait a second. If you're a team and an organization that might be, I don't know, a team that is more than 2 players away, why would you ride or die with Steph Curry that has maybe 2 or 3 years left? Maybe at best.
He's not the guy you're trading because that skill, shooting, even if he can't be the one that creates the shots later on in his career, he's going to be able to do that for a long time, right? He could be a catch-and-shoot guy off the bench for 20 points in like 15 minutes when he's 43 if he really wanted to. He's not going to want to, I don't think.
You're not going to win.
But he's 30, but no, he doesn't have to be the main guy at that point.
But you're not going to win.
I think he's still good enough to be the main guy for another year, maybe 2. And and we'll see next year because you're right. Jimmy Buckets is old also. This is the year that they're going to go all in.
All right.
I wonder what they do.